This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.
Happy summer, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to watch this edition of the LCTV News. Get ready to take a trip through educational announcements, cultural celebrations, and the launch of the Lynn Calm Team after 4 years of work. The Lowdown follows this theme of service, reintroducing the community to the Wyoma Lions Club. With that, let's jump right into the news for Friday, June 6th, 2025. I'm stupid. Oops. On Sunday, June 1st, Lynn Public Schools announced that a tentative contract has been reached with the Lynn Teachers Union. Quote, "This milestone reflects the power of collaboration, mutual respect, and shared commitment to our students, staff, and community. We are grateful for our partnership with the incredible educators of the LTU and look forward to continued progress together," end quote. This agreement for a new contract was reached before the current one expires, making the announcement even more significant. When asked about the tentative contract, Superintendent of Lynn Public Schools, Dr. Von Alvarez said, quote, "We appreciate the good faith bargaining that took place on both sides and look forward to working collaboratively with our teachers, paraprofessionals, and therapists to continue to move our district forward." On Wednesday, June 4th, Alejandro Reyes of Lynn was detained and arrested by Immigration and Enforcement on Linwood Ave. A video posted by Eduardo Cuevas shows the arrest. As a warning, this is mature content. 5 federal agents pulled Reyes out of his construction vehicle before pinning him to the sidewalk and eventually arresting him. According to his wife, Javier Colazo, Reyes owns his own business, pays taxes, and has no criminal record. He also has a daughter, and they are expecting their second child. Quote, "If ICE wants to take someone because they're a criminal, I totally understand. But this is not right. They hurt my husband was bleeding, and they didn't care," end quote. To complicate the matter further, the arrest took place in clear view of students and staff arriving at the Tracy School. Faculty quickly guided all students inside, and counseling resources were available. According to Mayor Nicholson, quote, "The forceful arrest carried out by federal agents this morning in the immediate vicinity of the Tracy Elementary School at drop-off time is extremely concerning, but unfortunately consistent with the broader pattern of ICE activity in the city that is at times reckless and serves to create fear and alarm among our residents." Superintendent Dr. Alvarez added, quote, "Principal Nicosia and her staff handled an extremely difficult situation with the utmost professionalism and compassion." Community organizations are invited to apply for funding that supports nutrition initiatives and tackling food insecurity in the city of Lynn. Through funding by Mass General Brigham, the Phoenix Food Hub, and Greater Lynn Senior Services are providing $125,000 per year between fiscal years 2024 and 2027 to local organizations working to combat food insecurity in Lynn. Funding is only available to nonprofit organizations, but individuals and community groups can partner with 501c3s to request support for their program. The Phoenix Food Hub is planning on distributing $125,000 for the program this year, and there is no limit as to the amount of applicant funding requests they can accept. PFH and GLIS hope to support as many projects as possible. Therefore, partial funding may be awarded in support of larger efforts. They are also interested in supporting smaller scale efforts, but the minimum funding request is $2,500. The deadline to apply is 5 p.m. on Monday, June 30th. The Food Project held one of their largest events of the summer in the form of a plant sale and land opening at their Ingalls Elementary farm, serving the dual purpose of opening the land for the summer season while connecting with the community and providing them with seedlings for their own gardens.
So this event that we're having is called the land opening, and we are doing this here in the Ingalls farm here, and we are opening it up to the public. And the purpose of this event is to, just like introduce the growers, like open up the land to the growing season and introduce to the community all the plants that we're growing, and just have a bunch of fun activities to engage and connect with the community.
I'm the farm manager here, so I started with our farm team all of the plants that we're growing from seed. And these plants are going out to community gardeners, folks in the city who need access to vegetable and flower seedlings for their gardens. So I see my role as welcoming people to the farm that we run here, but also providing seedlings.
So I'm a root crew member in the academic year, and my role is just to help around in the activities that we're doing around us and connect with the community members. Like for me, I'm taking part in like the open mic and in the arts and crafts section, and I'm just talking with the community members and all the people that come around and just having fun. So my favorite part of this event is honestly being able to connect with all the people that come along and creating like very thoughtful and nice conversations with others, and just being able to have fun and do something for the land and the community members so they all have fun and like enjoy the time here.
Yeah, definitely great to see so many people out on the farm. And, I think a lot of the idea behind this event was to kind of give some energy to the land here that we are working on all summer, and introduce our community to this farm that we all love, and to open the land for the season. So to really kind of kick off our high season of farming and community work. So it's just great to see lots of familiar faces and new faces as well on this farm that we love.
Level up at your library through a series of summer reading programs at the Lynn Public Library. Sponsored in part by the Friends of the Lynn Public Library, this program will run from June 23rd through August 15th. For children, register at the library, then read or listen to 5 to 10 books, or up to 10 to 20 hours. Return your logs to the library to earn a prize. Teens and adults can also participate by reading and reviewing as many books as they'd like for the chance to win a grand prize. One lucky winner will receive a 1-year family membership to the New England Aquarium. The library is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Stop by for your chance to increase your reading skills and get rewarded for your hard work in the process. John Hoffman has been broadcasting Lynn High School sporting events for more than 4 decades. In recognition of all he has contributed to the community, the road running between Manning and Fraser Fields was renamed John Hoffman Way. Several dozen people gathered for the official unveiling ceremony the morning of the 2nd, where they heard from Hoffman as well as local and state officials. In addition to Lynn sports, Hoffman was also a broadcaster for Everett High football for 20 years, calling all 12 of their Super Bowl wins. Here's a clip of the ceremony.
Thank you so much to the mayor and everybody, the committee, anybody that had anything to do with this. It's absolutely mind-boggling. My job has been absolutely phenomenal. I get to watch, talk about, and make friends with the outstanding young men and women who represent themselves, their schools, their cities, their families, and they do it outstandingly. I got to meet their families and friends, their relatives, their parents, their grandparents, and I watched all those young kids and the young camera people grow from Little League to Pop Warner to Babe Ruth to high school to college. I watch them come back and make great contributions to this great city in the way of police, fire, EMTs, coaches, teachers, principals, superintendents, mayors, serving on the city council, serving on the school committee. It's been an absolute treat. So many great people have treated me so well. The kindness and the kind words and treating me with such respect has made it an unbelievable ride. I love you all. God bless you all. God bless the city of Lynn, and God bless my family. And again, thank you for making an old man happy.
The full ceremony is available to watch on lyntv.org. The Lynn Calm Team is officially off and running following their launch on Tuesday, June 3rd. Members of the team presented the process of creating and benefits of an unarmed crisis response team in the city.
It is truly my honor to say that we are here on this momentous day, finally launching the Lynn Calm Team, everyone.
The mission of this team is about changing how we respond to some of the most vulnerable moments that people experience. It's about making sure that when someone is in distress, whether they're dealing with a mental health challenge, a substance use, a non-violent or non-emergency crisis, that they are met with care and with understanding.
And they're going to respond in a culturally relevant way, in a way that helps us further racial justice here in the city of Lynn.
It's important to remember where the spark that led to this program came from. The tragic murder of George Floyd, killing of Breonna Taylor, all the kind of uprisings demanding something be done. It was everyday people speaking in multiple languages, representing different ages and life experiences, coming together for a common goal. Their voices have been the foundation of this effort, their labor the blueprint. Envisioning a program where all types of nonviolent calls are responded to, not by keeping people out, but by bringing the community in.
But two things were made very clear by the community. One was that it needed to be independent with its own number, and two, that the team should reflect our community. I'm proud to say that we have accomplished both of those things today.
If we do that work, we do it together, and we live up to what we hope is going to happen, I believe that Lynn will look back at this moment, decades from now, maybe centuries from now, and we'll look back to an example of a positive that can result when government listens and responds and takes affirmative steps to help and try to make a positive difference, even when it's new.
Today we're stepping into something sacred work. Not just as responders, but as those that are building bridges and those that are bringing peace. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said that everybody can be great because anybody can serve. And so today, we're stepping into greatness, not because we're perfect, not because we have all the answers, but because we're willing to serve with grace, with dignity, for a better city of Lynn.
The Lynn Museum and Lynn Arts Center, in collaboration with United Lynn Pride, are seeking paintings, photographs, prints, sculptures, and other artwork to highlight the LGBTQ+ community. The 5th annual Lynn Pride Art Show will be on display in the second floor community gallery from June 25th through October 31st. The opening reception will take place from 5 to 7 p.m. on June 25th. Artists from the North Shore and Greater Boston are welcome, but those who live, work, or create in Lynn are preferred. Individuals must identify as a member of the LGBTQ+ community, and artwork cannot exceed 4 by 4 feet or 50 pounds. If interested, artists should submit an artist resume, images of the artwork being considered, an artist statement, including a description of the piece and materials used, as well as a picture of the artists themselves. The deadline to apply is next Friday, June 13th, and artists will be notified via call or email on June 16th regarding their submission. In Division I baseball, 28-seeded Lynn English won on the road and fell to 27th-ranked Bridgewater Ram 4-0 on May 29th. The Bulldogs struggled offensively, only registering 2 hits the entire game. Classical met a similar fate in their Division II matchup with Minachang, losing 1-0. The 36th-ranked Rams played a strong game, but were unable to get the equalizing run across the plate. Rams softball also bowed out in the preliminary round in a 3-2 final to Notre Dame Hingham. Classical ends the year at 13-8. While St. Mary's baseball and softball teams advanced to the round of 16 in their respective games. The top-ranked baseball team took down Martha's Vineyard at Fraser Field 3-2. Jake Zimmerman continues to impress, throwing a complete game, 3-hit, 13-strikeout performance. But they were stunned by a Bunquit Regional, losing 8-3 on the 4th. The 4th inning was the difference, as the visiting Lakers scored 5 to turn a 3-1 deficit into a 6-3 advantage. In the 5th, St. Mary's thought they had a triple play, but after a discussion, the umpires called it back. The big issue for the Spartans, though, was hitting. After scoring 3 through 3, the hosts were shut down the rest of the game. Softball required a bit more offense, but the 11th-seeded host took care of business 10-6 over 22nd-ranked Denham. The Spartans registered 13 total hits as Olivia DeSessa and Riley Williams combined for 5 hits, 4 runs, and 2 RBIs themselves. Catherine Newhall earned the relief win on the mound, going 2 2/3 innings with 4 punch-outs. Lynn Tech Volleyball met their match, 3-0 against Frontier Regional School the night of May 29th. Elmer Duran had an ace, 19 assists, and 3 digs, while Didlar Jacques Jr. registered 9 kills, 3 blocks, and 3 digs in the loss. On the flip side, Classical pulled off the upset in Division II, taking down Norton 3-2 on May 30th. After falling behind 2-1, the Rams won the next 2 sets for a comeback victory. Leading the way was Viet Tran with 23 digs and 8 kills, while Kinzel Lantano registered 51 digs, 3 kills, and 6 assists. But the Rams would advance no further, losing to West Springfield 3-0 on the 4th. While the Red Sox continue to struggle, dropping 2 of 3 at home to the Angels, 2 of which came in extra innings. They finally secured an 11-9 win, but even that looked a little shaky until extras. The Wyoma Lions Club has chapters all across the country, with thousands of members helping to support their mission. Here in Lynn, they host cleanups, glasses drives, and the Memorial Tree event that just occurred in May. Their president was our guest on the Lowdown to highlight the purpose of the Lions and their impact on the community. Hello everyone and welcome back to this edition of the Lynn Lowdown. Today we welcome on the Wyoma Lions Club and their president. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me. Excited to be here.
I'm excited to hear about it. We were even talking before this whole thing started, and I'm really excited to just jump right in. So this is one chapter of the Lions Club. There are so many across Massachusetts, across the country. But for people who maybe are unfamiliar with it, what is your mission? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, we're here to support the community, make a better community. And we do that locally, we do that nationally, but also internationally. So in total, we have 1.4 million members worldwide. If you then look towards here in Lynn, we have 3 clubs in Lynn. Wyoma Lions Club is one of the 3 clubs. Mm-hmm. We have about 45 members, and we're growing. And again, our mission is really to support the community with a variety of things. It's not just one thing, but it could be nature, it could be hunger, it could be supporting children. We have many missions that we have in order to support the community.
Even just looking through it, you work with shelters, you work with food pantries, you work getting supplies for children, humanitarian needs. There's so many that you go through. And I know that you mentioned there were 3 main ones actually coming up in May that you wanted to touch on. So did you maybe want to start with those?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the Memorial Tree event. Every year we go towards Lynn Common. We, in memory of those who are fallen either during war or service, are memorized there. It's an important event for us. We list their names. There's a whole ceremony. The ROTC is there. They do an amazing job supporting us during that event. We gong the bell, if you will, and the names of people are also listed then on boards the week before and the week after during that event.
Well, that sounds like an amazing event. And now you're bringing it back to in person, because you said during COVID you had to go virtual, but now people can come out again and see.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we welcome all people to come there, either in service of memory of relatives, or just to see how the whole event is going, for sure.
And another one you did mention, that's on Memorial Day, correct?
Yeah, we're doing it on the 24th, actually. It's the Saturday before. Yeah.
Okay, so just before it. And another one you mentioned too was you're going to be going to a shelter in Lynn, helping them with the cleanup as well.
Yeah,
so
we have a good partnership with Lynn Shelter Association, and one of their 3 houses. Several years back, we cleaned up their yard, and then we put a playground in place for the children. And that's really one of the projects that we're really passionate about. So every spring we go back, we clean, we put in new mulch, sometimes we stain, and we make sure that the slide and the swing and everything works again for the children. Like the children come from a stressful situation, right, and we want to make sure that they have a playground and they can at least enjoy themselves there. So what?
I saw the pictures on the website too, and it was really impressive what you did, the way you did it all, and it looks great. It looks like just an awesome place for them to go and just be kids. Right?
Yeah, totally. And they need that, right? It's really important for us. And so that's one of the things that we do with Lynn Shelter Association. There are some other things that we do together. We work on for children that are going towards school. We do backpacks during the back-to-school period, and so there's many different initiatives that we have.
Another initiative too in surrounding kids is one you mentioned to me too, where you actually go and help build beds for children who may not have them.
Yeah, totally, really important. And I think this speaks towards one of the things that I'm personally really passionate about. Like it's for sure, we are the Lions Club, and we have our own initiatives,
right,
but we don't stand alone. We work together with other organizations as well, and this is a perfect example of it. So the Rotary Club in Linfield is organizing an event where they build beds for children. So children in Massachusetts without a bed, we are building beds for that. And so we have a group of 16 people that I think next week is going to help with that event. And like, even if you think about it for a moment, like children without a bed, like that it still exists. So those are the type of things that we feel really, okay, there's a need and a Lion should help. And that's really, when you ask me about the mission, some organizations have it really defined. For us, it's more broader than that. Like we want to make the community better. We want to address the needs that are out there.
You serve because you want to help other people address the needs that are most present at the moment, and those can always change and pivot depending on what's happening in the world.
Yeah, 100%. And I think perfect example was last Saturday. So as you know, we had the brush fires in the fall in Lynn Woods. And so I'd reached out towards the ranger, was it like a month back, hey, is there any needs that you have based on those brush fires? And he said, yes, absolutely. We want to get the roads clean because they need to be regraded, right, to get ready for the spring season. So we had organized an event. We didn't forecast the weather. Unfortunately, it was raining. But we had 25 people coming, and really like hard work was being done. The roads were clean again, ready to be regraded, and like people like moved trees around and branches around and make sure that it was in great shape. And like for me personally, it's like what's driving me. It's like just seeing these people, regardless of the rain, just like going for it and getting these roads clean. It's amazing, and that drives me. That creates really. Then I feel really passionate about the work that we're doing.
Yeah, see people they go for it. Doesn't matter it's raining, doesn't matter what else is happening. These other people who are passionate, they're helping, they're doing this. And like you said, those fires happened last fall and they're still cleaning up from it. It's going to take 100%. Such a long period of time to...
Yeah, we have one ranger. He's responsible for the whole territory. So, and I didn't realize that before I reached out to him. Now we have a better understanding, and we talked to the ranger and said, well, we'll be back. And we pick a date that it's not raining, for sure, Yeah,
pick a day where that's happening. And you were even showing the pictures of the way that the trees were burning. They almost looked black inside, which I can't even fathom how that happened, like burn inside. But so... always just, you said, learning more about the work you do and partnering. Like that's such a powerful piece of it. You said you can't do everything by yourself, but there's so many organizations you can partner with who are doing such great work. And I think you're a great example of that. Yeah,
the food pantry is another example. So we work together with one of the, I think, 4 food pantries in Lynn. And we're helping them every second Friday to bring in the food. It comes from Boston. It's a truck full, and a number of us help them to unload the truck and get it ready for people to pick up. And again, like we could have done something by ourselves, but we much rather work with other organizations and then jointly solve the problem and address the needs in the community.
Yeah, jointly doing something a little bit larger.
Right.
Kind of streamlining.
Yep.
And I said, in that respect, I gotta say, your eyeglass donation initiative is very impressive, because you were even saying you ship them not just here, but international.
Yeah, 100%. So many people know the Lions Club. Hey, what's the Lions Club? People know it from, aren't you the people that are like collecting the eyeglasses? And so that's been historically one of the important projects, and we're still doing that. So definitely don't throw away your eyeglasses, but reach out to us and we'll be happy to pick them up, or you can bring them to us. But we collect them here in Lynn. Then we bring them towards another Lions Club in Lexington. They're working together with a local school. They're cleaning the eyeglasses. Then they're going to Lawrence. And then they're actually measured so that they know wherever we ship them the strength of the eyeglasses. And then based on needs, they're being shipped out. And yes, for sure, they're going here domestically, but they're also being shipped out internationally to Africa, for instance, or to Southern America, towards wherever there's a need. We'll make sure that we work then together with a local eye doctor, and when he prescribes, he can immediately give them the right glass.
That's an incredible initiative. It is amazing. And you mentioned about if anyone has eyeglasses, they can pick them up. Another thing that I know you wanted to mention before we wrapped up was if anyone wants to become a member or anyone wants to get more involved, how would they go about doing that in any of these ways?
Yeah, totally. We always look for people who are passionate about helping the community. For us, we welcome people to come towards one of our meetings. We always meet on Tuesdays. Reach out on our website, and we would welcome you towards our meeting. And I think that speaks even more towards people. Come towards one of the initiatives that we have, when we're doing this cleanup in towards the woods, or having another project. We have so many different projects, and work there. And I think for us, it's not so much that we want new members to help with the initiatives that we already have. We welcome new members with new ideas.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to become stale. We don't, like the projects that I mentioned, some of those projects we've never, like the cleanup of Lynn Woods, we've never done that before. This was first time. And so we are constantly also, as the needs of the community change, we as Lions also want to change and make sure that we continue to support in the right way and have the right priorities. And I think new members would be a great way to get that continuous insight. So yes, absolutely welcome. Come towards our, see our website and then come towards one of the meetings.
Yeah, perfect. You can definitely see how passionate you are about it when you're speaking about it, and that always comes across. And I do have to wrap up in a moment, but was there anything else you wanted to mention that I had not touched upon?
No, I think you covered everything. Thank you so much.
All right, great. I like that answer. We did it. We nailed it in one take.
Totally.
All right, but I just want to thank you so much for coming on, talking about all these amazing initiatives, and really, you are welcome back on here anytime.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course, anytime. And once again, I'm Dani Vittori. This has been the Lynn Lowdown, and we will see you next week with more guests. Head to City Hall on Tuesday, June 10th for the first ever Portugal Day flag raising at 4 p.m. Portugal Day is a worldwide holiday which celebrates the life of national poet Luís de Camões and celebrates the history and culture of Portugal. All are welcome to attend the celebration of Portuguese Americans across the state. There will be several performances and speeches, including by Mayor Nicholson and the city's first poet laureate, Michelle La Poetica Richardson. The MBTA, City of Lynn, and DCR are hosting an open house at the Lynn Museum on June 11th at 5:30. The purpose of which is to discuss the vision for the Lynn Way, making it more accessible, safer, and more connected. The Lynn Way multi-modal corridor project specifically will create more places for pedestrians to cross, decrease speeding, upgrade traffic signal infrastructure, and make buses more accessible and reliable, to name a few. Attend this event to hear more and give your input on this project. Join Lynners Against Drug Abuse for their 4th annual We Do Recovery Walk on Saturday, June 14th. Registration begins at 10 a.m. with the walk commencing at 11 a.m. from High Rock Tower. From there, the procession will go around the city and end at El Centro, 85 Monroe Street. There will be honorary speakers, free t-shirts, games and prizes, Narcan and community resources, plus food and refreshments. Like the walk, we have also reached the conclusion for this news broadcast. Just like the weather, though, events are heating up in both size and numbers. To learn more about events such as the ones listed above, member and staff content, as well as government programming, head to lyntv.org. Stay updated on all the latest breaking news and press releases by following us on social media at Lynn Community TV. For solely video content, Lynn Community Television on YouTube is the spot to visit. I'm Dani Vittori, this is LCTV News, and we will see you next week.
This episode of the LCTV News is brought to you by Leo Inc., Daolis Brothers Construction, and King Movers and Storage.